Coach, let's start with you. I know talking about just kind of the scouting report and the game plan against these guys, they play good pressure defense, they get up and down the floor, so kind of the strategy and the keys to the game coming in.
Yeah, we focused a little bit on, throughout the week on not giving up the ball against their pressure in the full court, and I thought we did a pretty good job against that. What it did do, especially in the first half, was it sped us up a little bit. We took some ill-advised shots, and that's kind of, even if they don't get the steal, if they can get you to take a bad shot or two, that's part of their plan. But overall, I was pleased with the way we took care of the ball against the pressure. We just didn't, once we got into that front court, or from the front court, from the back court into the front court, get my courts right here. We struggled a little bit at times. In the second half, we got some good things on the defensive end, and we come down and turn it over, or we take a tough contested shot instead of making the next pass to the open guy. So overall, very tough team for us to play against, but a good team for us. I think we can take a lot of what we did today and get better, work on it, and hopefully as we continue on this journey this season, the good things that we did. There were some good things out there. Some individual players made some really good plays against pressure. We just got to put a lot of it together as a group, and I think we're going to be okay.
We were talking about it during halftime of, we missed a lot of opportunities in and around the paint. I think we counted, we were 0 for 7, 0 for 8 to start the game from inside the arc, but got all of our points from the outside. But still at halftime, we're only down 7 points. So going into the half, what was kind of the conversation and the encouragement that you had?
Yeah, we felt pretty good. A guy had hit a three that doesn't shoot the ball particularly well. So, we felt like it could have been a 4-point game. We didn't really get what we wanted at the end, so we didn't get a shot at it at the end. We turned it over. But, going in, we felt like, okay, the zone was being effective, and we got in a position where they just kept rotating it, to the right guy, and he was making shots today. And it's kind of a risk-reward type thing with zone. And first half, the risk was, the reward was great. Second half, they caught us a little bit in that zone and kept reversing the ball to three, and he kept knocking that shot. So, good for him. Bad for us. We had to close out better, be more, anticipate more on the backside, make sure we're getting out there. But we struggled to string together consecutive defensive stops, and then positive things on the other end there in the second half.
Coach kind of took my next question, but I'll ask you guys. It seemed like in the second half in general, and either one of you can answer this, but they would get it up to about 15. We'd cut it down to 11 and have the opportunity to get back in the single digits and then give up another run. So defensively, what do you think was our biggest difficulty in the second half in particular?
There wasn't. I don't know if there's one specific thing. They started out really hot in the second half, and they hit a couple shots against our zone because the zone worked really well against them against the first half. They're not really a jump shooting team, but they started out really hot in the second half, and I think it kind of threw us off. We weren't closing out as well as we should have, so I'd say that was probably the biggest thing. So it was mainly in that zone, we were kind of just sitting back expecting them to just not really shoot. And they play college basketball, so they're capable shooters if you just leave them open.
Offensively, like I said before, we had opportunities in the first half. It seemed like we could get those opportunities, but for whatever reason, those wide open opportunities from all across the team didn't seem to fall. So offensively, what do you got to do as a player to get into that situation, miss the shot, and then bounce back?
Honestly, you just got to focus and finish. There were plenty of times where I got to the rim, open times or contested, whatever, and I was more worried about the guy than I was focusing on the rim and finishing. And with that, it cost us big time. Like Coach said, we were down 7 at half, and when you add it up, the 3 times I got to the basket, we could have been down 1, or the times we missed free throws, we could have been tied up or whatever. But you know, I had my teammates constantly encouraging me on the court when we came off. They, you know, Ray, you're fine, like you're good. You know, you'll get the next one, and just don't worry about it. So that's always comforting, you know, when you come off the floor and guys are picking you up like that. So just got to move on. Can't dwell on it.
And we won't dwell on this game for too long, but I'm glad that both the captains are in here, because I want to talk a little bit about, as you guys get towards, you know, the final push now, what, 5 games left for it, something like that. As the veterans on the team, having been through it 3 years now, into the 4th season, what are some of those things that you're telling, especially some of the younger guys who, let's face it, it's a long season, 30 games, it's a long time to be on the court. What are some of the things you're telling the guys to finish out the season strong? Either kind of both.
I mean, for me, I'm just telling them that they're all capable players, and they've seen everything there is to see at this point in their college career. I mean, a lot of our team are sophomores, so they've been through a whole season. They've been through tournaments. They've been through playoffs. They've seen everything that there is to see, and so it's just time to buck up in a way and just go out there confidently. They know they can compete at this level, and it's just going out and executing a game plan and not just kind of falling into yourself when it hits adversity, but looking for the team the whole time.
Basically, you know, just to stay locked in. It's really easy to become complacent in practice and not want to work hard, kind of take a day off or whatever, and just relax. But this is the time really when we need to, again, focus, clean up whatever little mistakes that we have, and push. You know, late in the season, we tend to kind of relax, and I'm just letting guys know, hey, you know, stay focused, keep grinding, don't take a day off or a play off, because it can hurt us in the long run. So,
Coach, we have 2 back-to-back, not really back-to-back, but I mean 2 road games next week. First one coming up against Johnson and Wales, a team that we look back and probably could have beat in our place. What's the strategy that we take into Tuesday?
Yeah, you know, it's a game that we look back on, and you know, a couple of plays here, a couple of plays there, and we get a W. They did what they needed to do to win the game, so we got to go there and do what we need to do. You know, they're tough. They have a very strong post player who, you know, he can get 30 in a night if you're not careful, and they've got a couple of really nice shooters. So we just got to defend, and we got to defend, and then we got to take care of the ball offensively, and put the ball in the basket. You know, our guys that are great shooters have got to knock down the great shots. We talked a little bit tonight about not settling for good, but working for great. And that's when we get great shots, you know, we're gonna be in most games very competitive that we play in. So they present a unique challenge in the fact that you know, the Porter kid is just really, really tough in that paint area. And so you have to try to do some things to, you know, to defend him, and then that can open up, you know, some of their other guys. So confident that Coach Wingreen will come up with a good defensive plan, and these guys will execute that and give us a chance. And then, you know, hopefully I can come up with a good offensive game plan, and we can go out there and put 2 together and have a great game on the road at Johnson and Wales.